Here we are back again at Llangloclan. This time we're going to have a walk down onto the station and take a look at the Santa Express. So if you'd like to follow me, then we'll go and take a look. So once you've walked through the gate, it's a relatively short walk down the ramp onto the platform. So follow. Here we are at the entrance to the station, and we've got the station manager with us, Peter, who's going to tell us all about the train. Peter, do you want to actually show me down the station? I noticed there's some fascinating features. I noticed the clock straight away.
It's very prominent. Very much like it's a brief encounter, isn't it? Sort of?
It is. So we go down this way.
Yep, we'll have a wander down.
Okay. Can you tell us something about the waiting room, Peter?
This waiting room has only been open since August, August 2025. We sort of restored it to what a sort of 1950s waiting room would have been like. We've got the open fire, which is keeping it nice and warm this time of year. But this was originally the parcels office for the station, so this is where all the parcels and cases would have come through. But so we thought it would be best to put it back as a waiting room, rather than we don't have many parcels these days.
Yeah, well, you don't. No, they're delivered, aren't they, by white vans? Many white vans these days delivering parcels, not trains. Yeah, but it's like stepping back, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's the whole idea. Is you walk onto the station, it's sort of like that time capsule.
And the thing is, I remember stations being like this. My relatives actually worked for British Rail when I was a child, and I remember as a child that stations were still like this in the 70s, in the late 60s and early 70s. So it will be. It will bring back a lot of memories. And again, that smell.
Absolutely. With the fire here, there's been a lot of people sort of come in and say, "Is that a real fire?" And you watch you put coal on. And it's like, yes, it's a real fire.
It's not work, is it, to you, this?
No, it's an absolute labour of love.
It's a labour of love. You come to work every day and it never seems like you've done a day's work.
I'm still waiting for my paycheck, 12 years on, but it is an absolute labour.
I know where you're coming from. I know exactly where you're coming from.
A 200-mile round trip just to come and open up.
You don't travel 100 miles to get here.
I look down at Mr. Ship.
It really is a labour of love.
It really is a labour of love, yeah. So, yes, this is sort of pretty much every weekend I'm on the railway.
Yeah. So fascinating.
Lovely. Absolutely
fascinating. Shall we move on then?
Carry on.
So, Peter, has this bridge been here all the time the station has been here, or is this something that's that's come from somewhere else?
It's not one that we've sort of built the past few years. This dates back to 1897, 1898.
Right, so quite an old bridge.
It's an old bridge. It's a very unique bridge, and it's cantilevered over the river. So when they came to put in, there's no space to put a standard bridge in. So when you come down the far side onto platform 2, you're actually over the river.
So you're over the River Dee?
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of when the station opened in 1865. It was just the one platform, but quite a short platform. As it's grown over the years, it's sort of second platform put in, and then the footbridge put in. So it's still got a fair few years so far, and we hope to have many more years. Yes,
I'm sure you will. Now, I come sometimes when the kayaking's on, and that would be an excellent vantage point.
It really is. Yes, we've had a few down this morning already, sort of thing.
Right.
You stand right on the top. It's a great grandstand view, but they're looking down over the river. And you get quite used to hearing the screams now on the station, with just people coming past in rafts and things. It's a very different pace of life, but it's great to be able to watch it.
Yeah. So if you come down on a day when the rafting's on or the kayaking is on, and come onto the station, get yourself a ticket, and while you're waiting for the train, you might be able to see some of the kayaking, which is really exciting, especially when they go under the bridge.
The railway follows the river the whole way along, so you get to see it at different places down the valley as well. So.
Yes. Now I noticed that to the right we've got the milk churns and the bottles. Now, was this particular station delivering milk when it was an actual?
It would have been, yeah, absolutely. So sort of milk before it was just in the supermarkets would have to arrive here from the local farms.
Oh right, okay.
And will be sent off to the local creamery down in Corwin from here.
Right, okay.
And then we'll be we're brought back ready to sell in the local area. So. Yes, we are changed through here, and then latterly the milk bottles themselves. I think so. That's why we've got both here. on people's suitcases for them when they've been on their holiday.
I noticed you've also got quite a few railway posters, etc.
Yes.
And it's all very, very interesting. I could spend an hour here myself just looking around. Fascinating. I also noticed that the platform is quite a long platform. If you take a look,
Very long platform. Yes.
could you pan left? No, sorry, right. Pan right and get the length of the platform, please. Yeah, so the platform's quite a long platform. Yeah, and quite curvy. And in an S section, you must have had some very long trains in Victorian times, etc.
You're looking,
you know, maybe in the 50s.
10, 12 coach trains, quite the norm. Sort of
Yeah.
on high days and holidays.
And would they be double-headed? Oh,
Quite a few of them were, yes. Because, I mean, from here, once you leave here, you've got a 1 in 80 climb then.
yes.
Going up the bank. So it's not, you get a nice level section for them either. So
No.
when trains left here, they'd be aiming for Barmouth on the coast, invariably. So, sort of, yeah, with a very heavy train, you need quite a bit of power to move it.
Correct. Any particular locos that were
Back in steam days, there was sort of anything up to about a Manor sort of, so Great Western Manor class
Right.
locomotive. Nothing bigger than that. It was sort of because of the restrictions on the bridges and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
In preservation, we've strengthened the bridges so we can get some bigger locos.
Yeah. Well, it is a fascinating station and well worth a visit. Is there one particular fact about the station that I haven't asked that you'd like to?
I think it's purely sort of, you know, I'm here as the current station master, but there's been a legacy now of 50 years of people before me looking after this place and putting it back to as you see it today.
Mm.
It's so easy to sort of assume that it's always been here. We came sort of very close to losing it 50 years ago, and we sort of be able to rebuild it back to, the state it is today.
Yes.
There's still lots to do, but sort of, there's been 50 years worth of volunteering that's gone into this. Not just the station, but 10 miles of railway now. Sort of following the whole line up to Corwin and
Yes.
town. So
Yes.
I think that's my takeaway fact is sort of, come on down, support us.
Yeah.
Because we are a charity at the end of the day. So sort of everything. Yeah.
Come down and support Llangloclan train station. It is a charity, and charities need all the help they can get. But I would like to end on one final note, and that's that I've been told that you're a bit of an expert, and that you, in fact, have written a book.
I have indeed. Yes. We're struggling to sleep at night. There's an excellent book for that. It's the Robin to Barmouth line by Llangloclan Press. That sort of just came out in October, just gone.
Yeah.
Sort of the whole history of the line, dating back to the 1850s. So
Now, somebody told me that book is available in the shop.
it's available in the shop here. It's sort of available in various bookshops in the town as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to come down and get it.
So if anybody wants to read about the history of the Llangloclan Railway and the station, they should come to Llangloclan. If you've not got time to come and see the station, then buy Peter's book and have a read of it. It's called
the Robin to Barmouth line, A New History by Llangloclan Press.
by Llangloclan Press. And who do you say the author was?
Peter Dickinson. I don't know the chap particularly well.
No. And on that, I'd like to wish everybody a very happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas and a Dolly Flower.